They call me Dan, the Lakers DTLF. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
Family, it's your boy DTLF back with another video. Today, man, we got some semi-breaking news. Now, nothing's official yet, but Shams and Woj both reporting that Bradley Beal has now narrowed down his two teams to the Miami Heat, like we've talked about all summer long. They're big players in this summer, and unfortunately to the Phoenix Suns. Now, why do I say unfortunately, man? Because, you know, Bradley Beal obviously is a phenomenal talent. They already have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in place. Now, you ask, what would they give up in order to make it work? Like, how can the salaries match? How can this be? They can make it work. They got one of the richest owners out there. There's going to be some free real estate they're going to be handing down if need be to make this deal work. But, yeah, Bradley Beal has he has 50-50 chance of becoming a Miami Heat and a 50-50 chance of becoming a Sun, according to Shams and Woj, for those of you just tapping in. How y'all doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody's doing good. But listen, I got a couple Laker updates for you guys as well. This might pertain to Lakers a little bit. But let's talk about it. What's the worst case scenario, best case scenario here for the league? All right. Now, Bradley Beal, obviously, he's been on a non-contending team his whole career. This doesn't surprise me that he's trying to pick some of these teams that are on the edge of potentially winning, right? But, yeah, to me, if I'm Bradley Beal, I'm picking South Beach. Obviously, Miami, much more beautiful weather, better area to live in, and just, you know, a winning franchise that has some history behind it. On the other hand, you got the high desert, you got Phoenix. They would be scary offensively. Defensively, they'd be lacking, but we all know that when an owner as rich as the Phoenix Suns owner comes in and buys a team, there's a lot of under-the-table money being slipped around. That's why these deals are happening. Clearly, Miami has a much better package to offer, right? They got more draft picks. They got more youth guys like Tyler Hero they could throw in a package. You know, they got way better contracts to match. All Phoenix has is Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, right? I'm not sure you could build under any one of those two, right? They traded most of the draft picks away in the, you know, the Nets trade for Kevin Durant. So this is what gets me irritated, right? Here you got the Phoenix Suns. They get Bradley Beal. They already got a combo guard and Devin Booker. Who's going to run point guard there? Kevin Durant. You know, they got now two combo guards, and I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. And people are saying, well, they're not going to have depth. They're not going to have defense. Trust me. When you have an owner that has money, they'll figure out a way to get free agents you didn't even think were on their radar. All of a sudden, they're going to get them on all kinds of discounts, championship, you know, tip writing discounts. So this is what frustrates me. And as far as Kevin Durant goes, man, this guy has played for more super teams. He's been in more threesomes than a porn star at this rate. Like, the disappointment continues with that cat. I'm so disappointed. He continues to listen. He's been taking the easiest routes in his career. It's the only way he can compete for titles. I don't ever want to hear nobody compare him to Kobe, LeBron, Michael, none of those three, because as elite as he is scoring, he is a disappointment. He goes to yet another team, and I'm sure he's having his influence, his input in all of this. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these super teams. I thought the CBA was going to end this crap, and here we have another potential one with the Phoenix Suns. So I'm really rooting for him to go to South Beach, right? Because at least there, it's him and Jimmy. Bam, I don't really consider him an all-star. He's a good defensive player. Sometimes he gets buckets. But other than that, like, it's a more well-rounded team, and it's a little more fair for the league. As good as they are, and as good as Bradley Beal will make them, you know, at least they don't have three-star players over there. You know, that's how I feel about the situation. I'm going to let you guys tap in, and I'm going to give you guys some Laker updates as well, and how this impacts the Lakers and what I think the Lakers should do. But let's head over to the comment section, see what you guys think. Where do you guys prefer to see Bradley Beal? Are you guys not intimidated by this? You know, and all of that. I want to know everything you guys have to say about this potential Bradley Beal to the Suns deal. All right. He said, if I were the Heat, I would offer Tyler Hero. He has the talent, but they went far without him. The Heat have so much more to offer. They also have more draft picks than the they've been stashing those for a while now. They haven't really pulled off a blockbuster trade So they've been stashing those picks while Phoenix doesn't. So clearly, the only way that Bradley Beal, now he does have the say on where he goes, but if these are the two finalists, the only way I can see it is if he picks Phoenix or Miami. Why would you? Why would you, man? You're gonna get one of those rings that nobody gives a damn about, and it's gonna be annoying, right? Why you want to do that? And that's a big if too, if they can stay healthy, because as soon as one of them gets injured, it's a wrap for them. So the only way that they're a dangerous team, of course, they still have to fill out the rest of the roster with veteran minimums. But like I said, man, players, it's a buddy league. They have all these connections. They're gonna hit up guys to go with them. It's like a package deal. You get Kevin Durant, you got all these free agents like Terrence Ross all of a sudden wanting to go there. Well, he wasn't free agent. Technically, they traded for him, but you get my point, right? You're going to get all these player names and all these people that these guys are going to be recruiting. So that's the annoying part. Hey, Dan, let's go get Woods in Dallas. Don't want him. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Two different sentences. Let's go get Woods. Dallas don't want him. Okay, I was confused. I was like, do you want him or do you not? Empire Jeff said, keep in mind the report is saying that Bradley Beal trade is down to two teams, Phoenix and Miami. Could just mean that those teams are just the only two teams he's willing to waive his no trade clause for. Absolutely, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, it's his decision, right? But, I mean, look what happened. Look what happened to Phoenix, right? They traded away all this young talent, and they came up short. So just because you choose Phoenix doesn't guarantee you a championship, right? That's the beautiful part about it. The messed up part is that, come on, I got respect for Bradley Beal. The last place I want to see him is on one of my most hated teams in the Western Conference Finals. Might as well go to the Nuggets at that point, if you want to stack that bad. You know what I mean? Because, like, seriously, like, offensively, they're taken care of. We know Frank Vogel's a good defensive-minded coach. I just know they're up to some bullshit. I don't know what they're gonna try to pull off over there in Phoenix, but they're always up to some BS. And I would hate to see Bradley Beal, one of my favorite players in the league, go there, because I actually like this guy, right? I don't want to start to dislike him. Another player, another star player trying to take an easy path to a championship, like, that's annoying for me. But listen, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but we know there's a lot of under the table money being slipped around here, and this is how you entice free agents to come to your city. So don't be shocked if they do land Bradley Beal. All of a sudden, they start getting these free agents at a hometown discount price that is too good to be true. Buy one get one free type shit. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I much prefer him go to the Eastern Conference. We don't have to face Miami all but maybe once or twice a season, potentially, unless we both get to the finals. So it's not going to be a big deal. And I think the Lakers should remain and stay the course and continue to build the way we are. Matter of fact, how does this pertain to the Lakers? Well, yesterday we got a report, from Jovan Bua, from The Athletic. He put out an article saying that the Lakers would be very interested in Chris Paul. Well, assuming this deal goes down in Phoenix, Chris Paul will most likely have to be included in the package to make the salaries work. Chris Paul's going to get bought out from Washington, right? And that is when the Lakers will make off like bandits and end up getting Chris Paul at a very discount rate. It is rumored that they want to bring back D'Lo and Chris Paul to shore up their point guard situation, and they might potentially trade their 17th pick as well in order to, get a starting level player. What that means, I have no clue. But this is Jovan Bua from The Athletic. Credit to him, and he's always covering all year round, and he's very credible. He's the closest reporter to the Lakers we have right now. So definitely take it with a grain of salt, but still, there's some validity there. The Suns owner trying to make a splash. It's annoying, man. All these millionaire owners trying to get around the new CBA and still trying to build a super team. Before I read the super chat here, another quick mini update, man. I'm excited to announce that the pre-draft workout group today, 5 days before the main event, by the way, we're 5 days away, was Andre Jackson Jr. from UConn was there. If you guys saw my second round draft steals, he was my number one option. If he ends up slipping, I doubt he will. But just in case, Lakers worked them out today, so I'm excited about that. They also worked out Sam Peake from Stetson, Jake Stevens from Chattanooga, and then Timmy Allen from Texas, and Azula Tebelis, I think that's his name, from Arizona. So, yeah, listen, it's going to get real in 5 days. I think the Lakers, they're going to show their hand in the draft. I don't know which direction they're going to go. Are they going to trade the pick? Are they going to keep the pick? Are they trading down in the draft? Like, we're going to know a lot come June 22nd. So Stay tuned for that, man. I got you guys covered for the draft live on the 22nd. All right, let's get some comments up in here, man. Let's read some of the super chat. My guy, Mama Matata, appreciate you, bro. He said, will Miami get size, though? They really lack that. Like I said, man, nothing will surprise me. You got a rich owner like that. There's a lot of under-the-table deals behind the scenes getting cut out. Now, you might actually land somebody like Nas Reed out there, and it might look like he's taking the mid-level exception, and then, maybe there's some backdoor, passing going on, some State Farm level assist. And I'm not talking Chris Paul going on behind the scenes, because this is what we all know. This is what the Clippers owner got away with the Norman Powell trade. There's always these relationships these owners try to build with the richest owner, because at the end of the day, it's all about money for them. So nothing would shock me there. I hope that if they make this trade, nobody goes there, and it's all, it's all like dry as a desert island. But the reality of the fact of the matter is that most super teams that are built end up landing these free agents that end up making some sort of an impact sooner or later. So again, Denver is the defending champion. Other teams are trying to build. Teams are trying to stack already. We're not even, underway yet. We're not even past the draft, and teams are already trying to stack. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that we have to hear about, all summer long we've been hearing about how this new CBA was going to prevent super teams and the death of super teams and this and that. And here you have this rich ass owner say, I don't care about the second apron. I don't care about the third apron. You throw all the aprons on there. I can afford the world, man. And this is what I hate. There is no parity. They're trying to create this parity. And here comes these rich owners to mess it up. Peachy Brown says, do you think the Lakers could wind up with Van Vliet? That I think there was a higher probability had he opted into his contract, because now he becomes tradable, right? Now he's a free agent. Lakers don't have a lot of money to spend this summer unless they relinquish the rights to everybody, including Austin Reeves and Rui. And we all know that the probability of that happening is slim to none. We want to definitely retain our free agents, right? Based on the understanding I have of the CBA. So let's see. Chris says, Dan, I heard a rumor we could trade the Brooklyn for Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal is a very, savvy veteran. I like him. He's a very tough player, man. He can play multiple positions, solid defender, can knock down some shots. He's been, putting in work since his days at Utah with the Utah Jazz. So, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to adding a veteran like that. But I got bigger fish in mind, and I can't wait to release that video on the top free agents I'm going to that the Lakers should pursue. Woods and AD would be solid, right? But remember, Christian Wood's not necessarily an elite defender. I still think Nas Reed, man. I still prefer Nas Reed if we're gonna, we're talking about potential help side, weak side defender that could help AD down low, do some dirty work. Now, this guy averages 18 minutes per game in his career, so it's not like he's, it's not like he's a heavy hitter. He only averaged like 10 points per game. So, but I mean, he's only 23 years of age. So there's a lot of reasons why, and I'm gonna drop a video on it, why the Lakers should pursue Nas Reed. I got you guys. Trust. Hey, Lakers over everything. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for showing love. My brother, he said, it's about to get crazy. Still Lakers in 6. That's right. That's the energy I love right there. We're never scared. That's one thing I don't want people to get confused with. Because I'm saying that the Phoenix Suns could be a very dangerous team with Bradley Beal. If everything goes according to their plan, doesn't necessarily mean we should be scared. And also, I think the Lakers should stay the course. We shouldn't have any knee-jerk reaction type of trades or signings based off of what other teams do. Leave that to the Clippers and the mediocre franchise. The Lakers should stay the course, keep doing what we're doing, keep stacking young talent, maybe add a veteran or two in this offseason. If there's no blockbuster trade to be had, so be it. We don't want to force the issue just because other teams are going out here wilding and shit. It's never enough for these teams. They come up short and they think another superstar is the answer. Very well could be, but remember, depth matters in the postseason, and the fact that Phoenix is going to gut their roster even more, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But I do expect a rich owner like that to wiggle his way around the CBA and just slithery little motherfucker, man. Just trying to, just find his way around to try to buy a championship. This is what these rich people do. They buy stuff. They can afford it all. Appreciate you, LOE. Thank you, man. My guy said the true Chris Paul interest in the Lakers. Is it true? Is that what you're asking me? I think there's mutual interest. Remember, Chris Paul never moved out his family from Los Angeles. They stayed here. He never moved to Phoenix or nothing. Never moved his family out there. So I think he still wants to be in LA now. Don't be shocked that the Clippers become players here, because they try to they basically always all up in the Kool-Aid, don't even know what flavor, right? That's the LA Clippers for you. They just doing stuff to try to prevent the Lakers from doing stuff. And that's actually the way a lot of teams operate, right? But again, Lakers just got to stay the course, man. We don't want to overreact to this news. Now, if Bradley Beal chooses the Miami Heat, then it ain't even an issue because to me, even though that's a very deep team, I think the fit is better in Miami. If I'm Bradley Beal, I'm going to Miami where they actually needed a scoring punch like him. The defense was solid all postseason long, and at times, they needed like a Tyler Hero-esque. Well, this would be an upgrade to that, right? So yeah, actually, if I'm him, I'm in better weather, better city, way better city. Actual basketball history, better coach, way better coach as well, by the way, better ownership. Pat Riley, the winner up there. I mean, if I'm Beal, I'm picking Miami all day. Not to hate on Phoenix, because I heard, there's good stuff about Phoenix. I don't know any good stuff, but I heard there's good stuff out there. But yeah, I'm going Miami all day, every day, man, personally. Roy said, Dan, keep in mind that Beal gets injured a lot. KD always gets injured as well. Well, this is why I said they're a very dangerous team if they stay healthy. So they're essentially trying to hit a grand slam. They're trying to make a trade, and then they're trying to, buy free agents under the market, I'm going to call it the black market. they're trying to buy free agents in the black market, illegally behind the scenes. And that's what I already think. Listen, there's a lot of tampering always going on before free agency. There's always a lot of verbal agreements. There's all these star players recruiting role players. You're talking about Kevin Durant. He's played with so many role players in his career. I know he's recruiting this summer. Devin Booker's recruiting. And if Beal goes there, he's definitely going to be recruiting hella free agents over there because they're going to sell a championship, and that's just the way it goes. Any Lakers news today? Yes, sir. Lakers actually worked out a couple of draft prospects. Andre Jackson Jr. from UConn, one of my notable prospects that I put on my video was there. So I'm very excited that they're doing their due diligence 5 days before the draft, and that's exciting. As well as, the rumors that came about yesterday. I thought about making a video, but I was like, I feel like something's going to happen this weekend, and I'm going to go live. So I saved it for today. So yeah, the Lakers are reported to have tremendous interest in Chris Paul, and I think there's mutual interest there if he gets bought out, right? But a lot has to happen for that to happen in the first place. Alex said, not sure Miami gets him without giving up Hero. I think that's a no-brainer. If you're Miami, you've had Tyler Hero, and he's put up the numbers, but has he really made an impact on your team, right? If I'm Miami, I'm flipping Tyler Hero. He's not my hero. I'm flipping him in a heartbeat. You got Bradley Beal. Yes, he's had his injury history and all that, but he's still, 29, 30? Still in his prime. Definitely a hooper, and he can actually defend as well when he's out there. So, and remember, man, a lot of stars in Miami take time off. They do. That's just what they do. And what happens is they got fresh legs for the postseason. That's what Jimmy Butler did. So Bradley Beal, if you're looking to go somewhere where your career can have some longevity, I think it is Miami for sure. I mean, where would you guys pick if you're Bradley Beal? I mean, I would not pick the Suns. Even if you win a championship there, you're not going to get the majority of the credit. Guess who is? KD or Devin Booker, right? The Phoenix Golden Child over there. Alex said, hope we get Hawkins if we keep the number 17 pick. Yeah, Jordan Hawkins, I like him a lot as well, man. Definitely. I think he's going to be one of the most NBA-ready shooters available in this draft. And we all know that the Lakers always use some shooting. Now, how that translates to the next level, we'll see, especially when you get the bright lights like Los Angeles. But yeah, this dude is coming from a winning program, and that always, vouches well for NBA-ready players. So should be exciting. This draft is going to be very telling. Like I said, a lot of factors here, a lot of variables moving. Will the Lakers make a trade? Are Lakers going to trade out of the draft? Are they going to move down? Are they what are we doing here? Plus, there's a lot of other NBA rumors going around as well. Zion Williamson potentially on the chopping block for the Pelicans, trying to move up to draft Scoot Henderson. Apparently, he's been impressing people with his, draft workout. So a lot of interesting things going on here. But what do you guys think Bradley Beal is going to end up with, Phoenix or Miami? I want to hear from the chat right now. Hi, Dan. Would you choose between Troy Brown, Stanley Johnson, Karis LeVert, Yuta Watanabe, or Jeremy Grant as free agent wings? Oh, I think that's easy, man. I think Jeremy Grant, if we're talking talent, if we're talking about bang for your buck, I'm going Stanley Johnson. We saw what he could do on a veteran's minimum contract. So, but obviously for talent-wise, Jeremy Grant all day. won't be able to afford him unless he takes a major pay cut. But at his point of his career, he's going to be looking for the payday. I don't even put him in. Obviously, he'd be one of the top free agents the Lakers should go after if he was in our price range. But again, remember, the Lakers basically only have the MLE. You know what I'm saying? Grant is clearly one of the better players in this free agency. But again, I'm looking more realistic in what the Lakers could actually add. And again, I would be dropping a video on that, a separate video to break that all down. I think he goes to Phoenix. I think so too, man. My stomach is turning just thinking of the idea of Bradley Beal, one of my favorite players. I've actually, if he would have stayed healthy, I actually like the way his career individually, the way he plays better than Devin Booker, because he's actually a defender as well as a combo guard scorer, 3-level scorer, right? So I actually like him better. I've always said he's underrated because he's always hurt. But I thought, and his career really took off when John Wall got injured, and he showed he could lead a team, right? But ever since then, he hasn't really made a splash due to injuries. But if he can just stay healthy for a certain period of time, he could be very dangerous no matter where he lands. And yeah, dude, it's going to be one of those things that I'm just like, I really hope it's not Phoenix. We have to play them 3 to 4 times a year, and that's going to be annoying. Right? I want to win some games next year, position ourselves properly to be one of the top seeds in the Western Conference because home court does matter. Miami, hands down for Bradley Beal. I agree. Hey, Dan, I'm in LA. I went to the Dodgers game yesterday and had a light show after the game, and it was so damn amazing. He said, sadly, they lost after the opportunities to win the game. I know, man. I know. I heard about that disappointing loss, man. But I'm glad you're in LA having a good time, brother. Shout out to you, man. Vacation time and family time is always crucial. So enjoy it, man, no matter what happens. Empire Jeff, my brother, said, if Miami isn't willing to part with Hero, he's going to Phoenix. Let me ask you this, Jeff. All right. If you're Miami, would you part with Tyler Hero? Because I like Tyler Hero. He's definitely a bucket. You know how I feel about these Kentucky guards. They always translate, right? He's definitely a bucket. Battled through some adversity this season, some injury problems, but he's a bucket, right? But let's not kid ourselves. Bradley Beal's an upgrade for sure. Would you be willing to give him up in a package? Because I know I for sure would. If I'm Miami, you're knocking on the door right there, and this definitely elevates you. Now, here's the thing, right? You can't just stand pat every offseason because you have to look to improve in one way or another. Everybody's looking to improve in the offseason. So if you just stand pat, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fall behind. So I think Miami doesn't want to fall behind. They're right there. They feel like they're championship contenders again. And I think they're going to go hard, try to acquire Bradley Beal. But again, at the end of the day, he's a restricted free agent. This decision is going to fall squarely on Bradley Beal's shoulders. Wherever he chooses, he basically has to be courted like a free agent. But come on. One of the best people at courting free agents is Pat Riley, man. That's the guy you want to have in your corner if you're going to court a free agent, right? So even though he's under contract, he was allowed permission a couple of days ago to talk to teams, and now he's narrowed it down to 2. Could we get DeRozan? I think the Lakers could get DeRozan, but I think it's gonna matter. I think it depends a lot on what Chicago is doing. Are they blowing it up? We've already heard trade rumors with Zach LaVine. What are they doing over there in Chicago? Are they gonna? I've been hearing crazy rumors they're trying to run it back another year. Why? It hasn't worked the first 2 years. Are they going to blow it up or not? It's up to them, right? When teams start blowing it up, that's when the Lakers can maybe, have an opportunity to speak there and maybe, give their pitch. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. According to Jovan Bull, again from The Athletic, the Lakers have been talking to some teams, and they've internally discussed Trae Young and Damian Lillard. I don't know what this means. Does this mean we've had the conversations with those teams and there's a trade package to be had? I have no clue. But I think we'll get more clarity around, obviously, the draft and free agency, but mainly the draft. I cannot wait, man. 5 days away from the draft, ladies and gentlemen. We built for this, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the draft already, man. If I'm Miami, I give up Hero for Bradley Beal. Jimmy needs another stud. 110% agree, brother. We think alike on a lot of things. I agree. And I also agree. I believe he is the better fit in Miami. I don't like Phoenix. Clearly, they're going to be stacked. They're going to have the 3 stars again. Kevin Durant disappointment, man. This guy's the Ron Jeremy of basketball. All right, this guy's been in more 3-ways than Ron Jeremy. All right, we're talking about he went to Golden State and played with Curry and Clay and Draymond. You could even call that a big 4. I won't. Big 3. And then he goes to Brooklyn. They get James Harden, Kyrie, and himself. Didn't work there. Now he's going to Phoenix, and I'm sure he has his hand in this, right? I'm sure he's been recruiting his buddy Bradley Beal. So it makes me sick, man. It makes me this buddy ball got to die, and I'm kind of glad the new CBA is in. Maybe eventually it's going to iron out all these little, buddy teams. But I'm ready for some competition next season, man. I hope the Lakers just stay on. They got to stay on brand, and we got to keep building. Our priority, according to like I said, Jovan, is that we're gonna prioritize re-signing Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. So that's great news. That's music to my ears. That should be our priority. Everything after that will fall into place, right? And the dominoes and the chips will fall where they may. I'm not afraid of anything, and I'm very hopeful for the Lakers next season for sure. Right? But it's an exciting time to be a basketball fan and especially a Laker fan. All right, we got Summer League coming up around the corner. Got you guys covered here, pregame, postgame, halftime, all of that. Right? The Lakers are actually going to play, I believe, July 5th. They said Lakers play the Spurs. So hopefully Wembayama will play because I want to see the young cat, man. It's always exciting for a basketball fan. Still contemplating whether I'm going or not to be there live again. I've had my family over. My mom's been here visiting me from Mexico. So not sure if I'm going to be free around that time. But regardless, I got you guys covered here. And then obviously free agency, man. As soon as that hits, y'all better turn on them post noti bells because I'm ready to just come on live. Anytime any big news hits, whether it pertains to the Lakers or not, I'm gonna be covering all of the NBA. So this summer, so very exciting time. Just like this video, Bradley Beal, Heat or Phoenix, be covering the whole NBA because it's just exciting time. Yo, Dan, I hope you're doing well, bro. Glad I made it to the live stream. Hey, I'm glad you made it too, Giovanni. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm doing good. Having a good weekend. Like I said, spending time with my family. Listen, man, my hand is feeling a lot better, so I'm going to start hooping. Going to start with today. Again, I've been hooping here and there. So, yeah, life is good, man. Cannot complain. Exciting times ahead, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I would only trade for Caruso and DeRozan, not any player. I like that package. We talked about it on Around the League. If you haven't checked out that episode, definitely check it out, man. It is really it's always entertaining with the fellas and their basketball breakdown, man. The great minds think alike. So a lot of good basketball minds on that channel. On that video. So definitely check it out. Hey, Dan, when is the deadline for the Suns to trade CP3? I think he can. I'm not sure about that one, man. Jeff, do you know? Let me know if you know on that one, bro. Is there a deadline? I don't think there's a deadline. They could trade him at any point, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, sir, Stanley. Appreciate you, bro. Empire Jeff said, I may be the Around the League correspondent at Summer League. I would love to see that, brother. You going live from Summer League. By the way, man, y'all got to check out my guy, Empire Jeff, man. He's been breaking stuff down all summer long, so definitely subscribe to my brother, man. He deserves so many more views and so many more subscribers. He puts in the work, very intelligent, funny guy, just a great person, man. Much love to my brother, Jeff. But yeah, bro, that'd be great, man. Listen, if I don't meet you there, man, we're going to work something out at Summer League. Michael Jordan sold majority shares to the Hornets. That is another thing that I think we've kind of swept under the rug because, I mean, even though he was a part-time owner, he was never a good one, right? Now it's interesting to see what the new ownership group, when that becomes official, what direction they're going to go in. Maybe they trade for Zion. Who knows? Exciting times. If you're a basketball fan, everything is going to be a blast. LOE, my brother said that July 5th game. The California Classic up in the Bay. Vegas starts July 7th. I hope I can get you out there. Would be fine. Hey, it would be nice, brother. My schedule stays busy, but if I can wiggle and make some free time, man, because I balance family, friends, and everything. I would love to meet you guys out there. That would be a blast, bro. I've been trying to go to Vegas Summer League for years. It's like 3 hours away from me. Vegas is so. Yeah, always, man. Appreciate you though, man. Thank you. He said they have until June 30th to guarantee his contract. Okay, there it is. Appreciate you, Jeff, my brother. Yeah, there you go. I thought so. I just didn't want to comment. I wasn't too sure. June 30th to guarantee the contract. So there it is. So we might see something beforehand. I don't know. Appreciate you, Jeff. He said it's the 28th after his contract is fully guaranteed. He said, Dan, get Zach for D'Lo and the 17th pick and the 2029 first round pick. I think here's the thing about Zach LaVine, right? Very fun, exciting player. Wouldn't mind having him. Problem is, he's also had injury history. He's also on an inflated contract, and he's never really contributed to like a winning franchise. Like he really hasn't made that big of an impact in the postseason or in the regular season. He's a highlight waiting to happen. He's a bucket during the regular season, but I haven't yet to see enough from him in the postseason where I get like I want to give up all of that moving forward, right? So I think the Lakers need to stay the course, man. The more I see things, the more I learn about the CBA, the more I kind of want us to just keep building. Could add this draft pick, potentially move down, add a couple more, plus the second round pick, plus undrafted free agents. Keep building. That's how I'm feeling about it right now. Maybe my opinion will change if we trade for like a Trae Young or a Damian Lillard, because I love those guys. So I would be stoked. But outside of that, man, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. The 28th. Okay. Appreciate you, Jeff. He said, had to be looking at the calendar. Appreciate you, bro. I'll pass on Levine. My guy said, however, they can extend until the 30th if both parties agree to it. Okay, it's good to know, man. I appreciate you, bro. Levine is inconsistent like D'Lo. It's not so much inconsistency. It's always something bothering him, whether it's his calf muscle or his hamstring. It's always something that's bothering Zach LaVine ever since, the initial injury in Minnesota. I think it was a torn ACL or something like that. I don't know, one of those injuries. Ever since then, he hasn't really, he's been putting up the numbers, but the explosion isn't the same, right? He'll have his highlight every now and then, but and he's getting older too, right? So I think the time when I wanted Zach LaVine, I think this was before we acquired Russell Westbrook. And after acquiring Russell Westbrook, I'm like, okay, we don't need another damn guard. If we get one, so be it. We don't need another guard. We need some size in the paint. We need some versatile wing defenders who can switch multiple positions and do multiple things. Maybe a bucket, right? And that might already be within the team. Rui's going to get better. He's only 24, 25, something like that. Obviously we got off Austin Reeves as our guard of the future. And if we add anybody else, I'm with it. If we end up drafting a guard, so be it. But again, we got to prioritize bigs. And Zach LaVine is another guard. And even though the coaching staff loves guards, there's a chance we could end up with Chris Paul. So there's other avenues and cheaper guards you can add without giving up too many assets or anything like that. Because I'd rather have Kuzma and Porzingis in the trade, if anything. Yeah, Jeff brought that up on Around the League as well. Those guys would be solid acquisitions for sure. We also talked about DeRozan and Caruso and guys like that. So it's always fun to speculate. All right. Let's see. I'm picking Lively at 17. He said, and Jet Howard if Lively is gone. He said, if I'm Rob, I'd buy another second rounder and pick Imani Bates before he's gone. He said, I believe some team might take a chance on the late first round. I agree with you. And all of this was in my videos that I dropped earlier this month. But I agree, Mississippi. We thinking alike, brother. Yeah, listen, people aren't that high on Derek Lively because everybody's so enamored with offense, but he does the dirty work. He's a shot blocker. He can who moves his feet extremely well, can defend the pick and roll, maybe, switch a couple of positions to defend, maybe 5 through 3, lightly, though. You don't want him guarding no threes out there on a regular basis. But again, mainly the 5s and the 4s. And he's somebody who can grab rebounds, very athletic, explosive. He has Mitchell Robinson potential, in my opinion. At worst, if he doesn't fully develop, we can use him in a limited role like we did JaVale McGee in the 2020 season when we won the championship. This guy didn't average more than 15 to 20 minutes, and he made a huge impact in the regular season. Maybe not so much in the postseason, but that helped AD have his legs and stay healthy and spry, so he cooked in the postseason. That's what we need. We need a big who can do work and help us out during the regular season. That way we get there healthy. And when the postseason starts, we have a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD. Again, just another season goes by when both of them aren't fully healthy. So that sucks, right? And we don't want to make excuses, but it does factor eventually in the fact that we lose, right? So, hey, Dan, is it true the Hornets will be willing to trade their second pick for BI? Yeah, rumor has it that the Hornets are more enamored with Brandon Ingram than Zion Williamson, and they're smart for that. Honestly, I'm not giving up the second overall pick in Scoot Henderson for Zion, who's a question mark at this point of his career, right? Unless they throw in Zion and throw in the 14th pick in something else like Herb Jones to sweeten the pot, then I might consider it. But if I had to pick from those two, I'm clearly going Brandon Ingram. He is a star in this league, and he's going to be shining bright for years to come. And he's still in his prime. He's still young, so that's who I would trade for sure. And I honestly, if I'm Charlotte, I'm just drafting Scoot Henderson. I'm going with the best talent available. If it doesn't work out, his trade value shouldn't go down unless he doesn't live up to the potential, which I think he will, right? So I think he's a surefire bet to become a future All-Star if he gets developed properly. So that to me would be the pick, even over Brandon Miller, right? So that's how I feel about that. And then if it doesn't work out, and obviously him and LaMelo cannot share the backcourt, which I don't see why not. LaMelo's more of a passing guard, while obviously Scoot is a combo shooting scoring guard. So I think they would complement each other beautifully. But hey, I'm not the front office or general manager or executive there, so up to them, right? Let's see, Dan, would you trade 17 and 47 for Duarte 26 and 29? 17 and 27 for Chris Duarte 26 and 29. Oh yeah, I would. That's a good trade right there. Let me tell you why. Even though you move back a couple of slots, now you got 2 first-round picks and a draft where I think there's going to be some gems. And you get Chris Duarte, who's a very solid wing, very good role player. He's NBA ready now. He's been performing, but obviously he's getting overshadowed by the Mathurin acquisition they had last year, the Brandon Mathurin, the rookie. So, yeah, that would be a great pickup. There's going to be a lot of options there. I wonder what Rob Pelinka is thinking, though. He could be thinking bigger. Maybe he's thinking something along the lines of Trae Young or Damian, right? I don't know how he could pull that off, but maybe he's thinking bigger. Or maybe he's thinking more along the lines of what you just said right there. That trade package makes perfect sense, and it would sound like something a shark like Rob Pelinka would sneak through and get away with, and that would be a great trade. Gary Trent Jr. would be a great pickup. Oh, I like Gary Trent for sure. A bit undersized, and I don't feel like we need guards, but I like him. I'm not mad if we, like I said, we make that trade or anything like that. As long as these guys do not quiver with fear when the bright lights hit, because it tends to happen to shooters, man. They magically disappear. Harry Houdini's up in here, man. And we need shooters that have cojones that can come out here and they can shine when the lights are the brightest. But anyways, guys, really quick, want to give a shout out to my sponsorship Prize Picks, man. They're keeping the lights on, as well as all the super chats, all the likes, all the comments, and everybody who just participated in the chat. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love. Stay tuned, Laker Nation and NBA World. I got you guys covered all summer long and beyond. Like I said, draft coming up 5 more days, so keep it locked. Hit that post noti bell. Like the video if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys here on the next one. All right, peace.